We have our daily dose of cope. We have more leopards eating face posts. And this actually comes in the form of a whole BuzzFeed article. BuzzFeed got commentary from 16 people who might be regretting their decision to vote for Trump or sit out of the election. I was only going to do a couple of these comments, but they were so good. I was like, let's just dive in. All right, so this is number one. This person says, well, this is the truth as I see it. I voted and let the chips fall where they may. Now I get to wait and see. There are many things that could happen. No one really knows exactly how it will go. The only things that concern me are nuclear weapons. Once they are launched, there is no blowing them up or intercepting them. That nonsense is for the movies. Then there is Russia, North Korea, who obviously seem pretty tight, and China. The concern is that North Koreans are now fighting for Russia. What do you think? What do you think Putin gave Kim that for that boost? The fact that this person is talking about nuclear weapons, and we already know how unstable Trump is, and now they're just going to wait and see. He's comfortable with voting for Trump, though. Number two, this person is anonymous 26 in Iowa saying, here's the thing, I didn't vote, but if I did, I would have picked Trump. Now I'm second guessing it because I'm worried about the Department of Education and how tariffs will impact me. The reason I sided with him is that there are too many dangerous undocumented immigrants in the United States, and I'm very passionate about the fact that abortion is the murder of a defenseless human infant. However, looking at where the economy will go and wondering what the future of schools will be like makes me anxious. Please keep in mind that he did talk about destroying the Department of Education and tariffs. Too many people didn't Google what tariffs were until after the election. Number three, my 20-year-old son is now worried about losing health insurance. Our family joke is that the Affordable Care Act's best chance to remain is, with a few minor tweaks, an obligatory victory lap and be rebranded as Trump Care. Please keep in mind that Trump has told us that he plans on getting rid of the ACA/Obamacare. And he said he has concepts of a plan. So I hope that your child has concepts of how he is going to figure out how to get some more health insurance. Number four, I wish I knew he would mess with the Department of Education. I have two kids with IEPs and one in college. Considering he did say that he was going to get rid of the Department of Education, all you had to do was listen to this person. But now that it's impacting you, you are worried. Number five, I wish I had known who Trump's cabinet picks would have been. He is nominating poorly qualified and morally compromised individuals. A morally compromised person is picking other morally compromised people? Gasp. Gasp. I'm especially concerned about RFK Jr. and his history of making millions by suing vaccine companies and presenting false conclusions on vaccines as facts. So another liar. Wow, that's wild. RFK and others being chosen for cabinet positions are good at convincing people like Trump of lies that are based on anecdotes and feelings. I still would not vote for Harris, but I regret that a better conservative candidate was not an option. Number six, I wouldn't say that I regret voting for Trump again, but I wish he expanded on who his cabinet would be. I don't like who's currently being picked, and I don't see them as fit or qualified as he is. I'm worried that this means government jobs are in danger, which would have been nice to know beforehand. He wasn't qualified for this job. Why would you think that he would pick people that are qualified? And the people that were in his first administration said, don't vote for him. Number seven, the threat of tariffs has caused insurance companies to reverse their previous approval of drug therapies. Prior to the election, I was approved for a course of treatment with a very expensive drug. Fast forward 3 weeks after the election, I get notice from my insurance company that they are no longer approving the drug. What happened in the meantime? The threat of tariffs, and guess where my drug is manufactured? China. If only you had checked to see what tariffs were and how they might affect you. Considering he had a trade war and it had to do with tariffs in his first administration, all you had to do was remember what happened the first time. Number eight, I was really excited about voting for Trump because I wanted to free Palestine. But then when he got elected, he picked a bunch of Zionists for his cabinet. And now I think the news might have lied to me about Trump. What? They lied to you? I mean, because you just really thought that Trump was pro-Palestine for some strange reason? Goodness. Okay. Number nine, I thought the pandemic had passed. What harm could he do now? I honestly was pro Trump because I want some control on immigration. But he's not even in office yet and about to throw the last nail in the coffin for public education. I fear public education will not survive. But you have YouTube University, so you can get online. He told you all that he was going to get rid of the Department of Education. Number 10, terrible cabinet choices. Yes, because he ran off all of his first administration. Number 11, his poor cabinet selections. See number 10. Number 12, his cabinet choices are ridiculous. And now the deportations are already forcing essential employees to leave. Now, he did tell you all that he planned on deporting a bunch of people. How do you think that this would have impacted people? We've been trying to tell you all that these people do work and they do actually pay into taxes and everything. Number 13, I voted for Donald Trump because he said there wouldn't be a tax on overtime. But now I'm hearing that there won't be overtime work at all. He won't clarify these possibilities of overtime going away. And I keep seeing jobs in big labor getting layoffs and bonuses being cut. That's the reason why you won't have overtime taxed, because you won't have a job. He hasn't come out and clarified these possibilities, but it would clear my mind and decision to vote for him if he did. You want clarity from a liar. And I am especially confused about why you think a liar wouldn't lie. Number 14, I was in support of the mass deportation plan, but only in phases. I think he might go back on that plan and go 100% in. And I'm hearing that could cause some higher prices on groceries. I do worry about that, but I would not have voted for Kamala. Number 15, it seemed like no one wanted to reach out to my demographic, young men. We are not all Rogan bros. It seemed like only Donald Trump gave us a seat at the big table. But now I'm worried about his drilling comments and what they might mean for gas prices. I don't think the tariffs will cause too much of an increase, but I didn't know. And he didn't explain how important Mexico and Canada are to our trade. I don't like the I told you so from leftists before he's even back. Well, we have to wait and see this played out. The wild thing about this, he says no one reached out to young men. When have young men ever been oppressed? That is what is really worrisome to me about men in this discourse. They really feel like they are the oppressed gender and that people need to make special concessions to talk to them and bring them into the fold. And, we're going to see how they're impacted. This person's talking about he didn't explain how Canada and Mexico, how important they are to our trade, as if Google isn't a thing. I am very worried about these people getting rid of the Department of Education. But then again, I see how people are uneducated and ignorant as it is. You need a liar to tell you something like this. And I am very concerned. Look at this picture of this photo. But that person was 22 in Iowa. Number 16, I'll be honest here. I voted for Trump in 2016 and 2020 with no second thoughts. But this year is different. I think either candidate would bring in the big guns. I thought he outweighed hers, but I see how mass deportations on day one could be bad. I had no idea undocumented people pay taxes, and quite a bit of them. I bought into some misinformation, which is something everyone should admit to. But I want to believe that most of what he says has a thick layer of truth and maybe a slice of dramatics to get you to listen. He has a thick layer of truth, a thick layer. Okay. People are a little confused here. So basically, Leo the Leopard is reporting on many people losing out on their ACA, and they voted for this. They voted for people to get their jobs deported. They voted for people to raise our prices as far as tariffs go, because trade is important, and starting a trade war will cause all of our costs to go up. So thank you. Me and Leo the Leopard are, reporting this news for you all. Join the conversation. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. And if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and smash the follow button. We got our daily dose of cope. More leopards are eating face posts. And this comes in the form of a BuzzFeed article where people are talking about why they regret voting for Trump or why they regret sitting out. So let's jump into this article.